I'm Chris, and thanks for watching Airplane Porn. Today we have some actual airplane porn, well, almost. The Antique Airplane Club of Greater New York produced a calendar called Pilots Without Pants as a fundraiser, and Stu and Anne-Marie are here to tell us all about it. Stu, how did the idea first get kicked around? I mean, because the last thing that you think about when you go to an airport with a bunch of old guys is hey, let's all get naked.
Well, you'd be surprised. It happens sometimes.
Well, you know what it is? The Antique Airplane Club of New York puts out a calendar every year to raise funds for the fly-in that we have in August. It's the third weekend in August.
Uh-huh.
And we were sitting around one night, and the calendars we've had up until now have just been pictures of airplanes, which is kind of cool for us, but it's, unless you're really into antique airplanes, it really is not much of a sales point. And, can only take pictures of airplanes so much. It's the same airplanes, it's the same airport.
Sure.
So we were sitting around having a few wines, and Anne-Marie said, "Oh, why don't we do one of those pilots without pants kind of thing, or let's all get naked and stand behind the airplanes or something." And we kicked it around a little bit, and everyone sort of yapped off like, "Yeah, we'll do it eventually. One day, later on we'll do it." We never got around to doing it until I think it was like maybe 2 months ago.
Yep.
The weather was good, everybody was there, and Bill Clifford's daughter showed up, and she's like a cheerleader on crack. She's bouncing around the friggin' airport.
Donnie Dumpling.
Donnie Dumpling. So we decided to get her going, and I called Anne-Marie and said, "Listen, grab your camera, come down." And she did, and we did the whole thing in one shot.
It doesn't sound like it took very long from the idea to let's get naked to to making a calendar shoot. So I mean, was it you started in the morning and in the afternoon you were done, or
when one pair of pants came down, they all came down.
They all came down.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty much. It wasn't even like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We were done by 4. It was.
Were you really?
You just went from hanger to hanger, like, okay, you're next, get naked. You're next, get naked. You're next, get naked.
I want to come fly with you guys.
Come on down.
We need more female pilots, though.
Yeah.
True. We don't have any down there right now, but we're working on it. That's right.
So tell us a little bit about the photo shoots. What were they like? I mean, they had to be absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, the photo shoots were a lot of fun, because once we got the pilots into their comfort zone and got them, properly behind the airplane so we couldn't see the goods, or the junk as I call it. It was a lot of fun, and it was just we actually had the other pilots come and follow us around and help produce the photo shoots. Harass. Yeah, it was more like it. But you look at Mr. January, he's looking off in the distance and he's saluting. That was produced by our cover model, Bill Clifford.
Are there any behind the scenes moments that you want to share? I mean, there had to be some hilarious moments that did make it into the making of video.
Well, one of them was trying to find a gas can big enough to cover my husband's stuff.
That's right.
So were there any Photoshop bits that were taken out, or?
It took a while.
Trying to explain to Billy Sindel why he was getting naked was funny, because he's kind of old. He's like the last guy in the calendar. We maybe should have put him on the first.
Bill is February 2012.
Okay.
And he was a little confused as to why I wanted him naked.
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, I want to put you in a calendar," and he kind of looked at me like I was crazy. And he went out there, and he had the remove before flight ribbon going, and very sexy.
I don't think he really
awesome.
cared why he was naked. It was just like these girls came into his hangar and said, "Let's get naked," and he was like, "Okay."
That's
Good to
awesome.
see.
Well, it's very tastefully done. It's definitely family friendly.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure that everybody could enjoy this calendar.
So is there an uncut version coming out in the near future?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, some of the accidental pictures have already been destroyed. Didn't need to get back behind the plane.
Some of us actually still have jobs, so
You have to protect the innocent. So there won't be a Pilots Without Pants blackmail edition coming out, will there?
it's not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea. We could use some cash.
Any unusual or surprise reactions that you've had to the calendar?
People listen to the title, hear the title, Pilots Without Pants, and get a little concerned, and then they open up the calendar and say, "Oh wow, this is great, this is funny, there's nothing hanging out, everything's covered," because everybody's a little worried at first.
Sure.
Explaining to them that, no. We're not here to shame anybody or embarrass anybody. It's
And I got an email from the director of the town of Islip, the Islip Airport,
Oh, you did?
like right after this thing hit the
Oh.
internet. It's like, I hope you guys aren't doing anything to disgrace the township down there. The aerodrome's based on the town's property.
Okay.
So I was like, no, everything's cool. We didn't do anything too bad.
Too bad. You guys got to tell us the question that everybody wants to know. I mean, were you guys really buff?
These guys, there's no shame in their game. They kept it real.
That's awesome.
It's real.
An authentic restoration.
Authentic. So some of the guys looked entirely too happy in the video to be behind the airplane without anything on. So.
No, it was once it got rolling, everybody was trying to get more creative than the next guy, and it became a very strange experiment in naked.
I think some of these guys are closet naked, nudists and run around their homes naked. And you don't really talk about that. So
tell me, do the guys still brag? I mean, the video that you made, I think, was absolutely great, and I had a great time watching it. But I think the best part of the video was watching everybody rag on each other. I think that was really good.
It happens a lot down there.
Whether they're flying or they're naked, that happens a lot down there.
We'll sit around and grade each other's landings. So.
Yeah, speaking of landings, Stu, how did you end up being the only one in the video to have a crappy landing and have it pointed out in text?
He pissed me off. Don't piss me off.
Hey, so have you guys had any ideas for next year's calendar?
We're still reeling from this one.
We've gotten a lot of suggestions and
have
comments.
You? So what suggestions have you gotten? That's got to be interesting.
Girls. They want to see girls.
Girls? Everybody wants to see girls, right?
To import like 12 strippers or something and place them strategically around the airport.
I'll be busy next summer.
So I think we've answered the question. Will there be a girls edition coming out?
Maybe.
Yeah.
We need 12 girls.
Need 12 girls in aviation. I mean, that's all of them, right?
We just got to put them in front of an airplane. There's your aviation right there.
Well, I'll put a call out on my Twitter when there's lots of female pilots there. I'll see if anybody answers back. So, so do you guys have any tips for other clubs that may be putting on, trying to make some money for themselves? And would this be a good way to go, making a calendar? Or?
Yeah, it would be a good way to go. I think the trick to do it is to do it in one shot. Just get out there with a camera, take as many pictures as you can, and then you're done. If you try to organize it, it'll never work. It's like our formation flights. They sound great on the ground. As soon as the wheels leave the ground, it's a disaster.
Do you guys have anything else you'd like to tell the audience?
Yes, absolutely. Make sure you go to www.aacgny.org, click on the store page, buy a Pilots Without Pants calendar.
I'm glad you said calendar.
Shameless plug.
I'm glad you said calendar because I was getting worried there for a second. Go buy Pilots Without Pants. The new pimp service for airplanes.
Buy a calendar.
Buy it now, yeah.
Yeah, buy it now before they're all sold out.
Before they close our airport down.
Before you guys get dispersed, right?
Exactly. We won't be pilots anymore. We'll just be pantless. Once the FAA gets a hold of this, we're screwed.
I think you guys should send them a couple copies. It might lighten them up a little bit.
There you go.
So once you start sending paperwork to the FAA, though, they don't stop.
You guys got to tell us what your pilot porno name is. Name of your first pet and the phonetic letter of your last names.
I'm Borshka Bravo.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's a good one, right?
That's good.
See, I was brought up on a farm in New Zealand, so I'm probably going to be Lamb Chop Bravo.
Your first pet was a lamb.
We had a bunch of sheep. We had 25,000 of them, actually.
You sound so proud.
And one girlfriend.
Check out the making of video on our blog, where you can see all the guys rib on each other. Also be sure to stop by www.aacgny.org and click on the store link to buy a calendar. As always, thanks for watching Airplane Porn. Let us know what you think by dropping some comments below, or just tell us what your airplane porn name is. I'll see you next time, and be sure to visit www.airplaneporn.com for the most porntastic aviation news and information.